Today we're looking at phrasal verbs with by. Not so many with by, but there's still very useful ones and really quite common ones. So we'll start with the ones which are social, really. You can drop by or stop by or swing by when you pay someone a flying visit. Yeah, someone invites you to their house and you'll say, I'll drop by later, I'll stop by in half an hour, I'll swing by after lunch. And please notice that they don't often have an object, they're usually intransitive. Call in on someone would be transitive. But remember, you can also drop round or pop round. We've got a lot of phrasal verbs for these kind of quick visits, when you visit someone quickly. Now, you can also swear by something or someone, and it's when you completely trust or support something. So I could say, I swear by the communicative approach when teaching English. I think communication is key. You need a lot of communication. I completely support that approach. That's what it means. But I might say something like, she swears by meditation as a way of relieving stress, and it means she supports that particular approach. Okay, you can stick by a decision, or you can stick by a person, and you can stand by a person too. Sorry, you don't usually swear by a person, you usually swear by an approach or an idea, but and it means have faith in an idea. When I say trust, I don't mean trust a person. So if you stick by your wife, maybe this just means that you remain loyal to your wife. Maybe there's a lot of terrible rumours or something, but you stick by your wife in that difficult situation. You can also stick by a decision. If you remain loyal to that decision and you don't back down, you stick with that decision, you stick by it, stick by that decision, you follow that decision and remain loyal to it. Now, you can also do this with stand by. You can stand by a decision and you can stand by a person, and it means remain loyal to that person, support that person, or support that decision. And also you can abide by rules or laws, and here I mean conform to, adhere to. Remember, we often say law abiding as a good adjective for meaning an obedient person, somebody who obeys the law. And so you might say something like, if you live in my house, you must abide by my rules. It's very kind of cliche common saying that parents might say to their children. Okay, if you come by something, then it means you come across something or run across something accidentally. It's very similar to run across or come across, but you can also come by in the sense of visiting someone. So stop by, swing by, come by later. It could also be used in that sense as well. Okay, go by is an interesting one because it's got a number of different meanings. You can say that the cars are going by, that's fine. You can use it physically, meaning going past. You can also say he goes by the name of, and it means he's called. Yeah, he goes by the name of Peter. It means everybody calls him Peter. He's well known as Peter. But you can go, it's normally go by the name of when it's used in that sense. I don't think we normally say he goes by Peter. Well, maybe we do actually, maybe we do, but we often say go by the name of. But you could get rid of the name of in some situations, and then it just means be called, oddly enough. And it can also mean to be guided by, and it's quite common as this one. So I put a couple of examples down here, but I'll read them because they're very tiny writing. Going by experience, they'll be late. Now this means being guided by our experience, yeah, according to our experience. Or I could say something like this: if I had gone by what you had told me, I'd have failed. Yeah, if I had gone by what you had told me, I would have failed. And here we mean if I had done things as you had said. Yeah, if I had been guided by your advice, then I would have failed the exam. Maybe your friend gave you the wrong answer for the test, and you say to them, if I had written the answer that you had told me, I would have failed. Okay, so to be guided by as well, to go by. Going by experience, I think, is quite a common phrase. Okay, pass by, it just means go by, as in physically go by, but we often talk about time passing by, and we can even talk about life passing by, and it sounds like it's going quickly without you noticing. We often say life slips by, and then it sounds like it's slipping through your fingers, that you're not noticing life, you're not living life to the full, you're not enjoying your life, and time is passing by very quickly. And so remember that we often use pass by and slip by like that. Okay, if you run something by someone, then you run your ideas by the boss, for example, and it just means inform him of your ideas briefly so that he can make a decision if it's a good idea or a bad idea. It's very similar to run past. It's the same, in fact. It's completely synonymous. And so you might say, run that by me again one more time. You might say, run that past me again one more time, if you want to hear someone's idea one more time. And you might say, he ran his idea by the bosses last week, but they didn't like it. Something like that. And it just means he informed them about his idea, but it was unsuccessful. Okay, get by, it means survive. It means to make ends meet, to manage to live, just about. And so you might say something like, how does he get by on that salary, if you think he's got a very low salary. Or you might say, when they were on the desert island together, they had to eat insects and pick mushrooms just to get by. Yeah, just to survive, we mean here. They had to live on insects and mushrooms. Or you could also say they scraped by on insects and mushrooms. And scrape by, it's the same as get by, but I would say it's even stronger. If you say he scrapes by on bread and water, yeah, it means he only has bread and water to survive. That's all he manages to live on. And so similarities here with live on. It's another one to think about here. Okay. When you set money by, you put money aside, you put it away for the future, so you're saving up. Another good one to remember, save up. You're saving up for the future, you're putting money by for the future, putting money aside. It's another very common one, with meaning, just put some money aside for the future, save some money. And I've already mentioned this one. If time slips by, or if somebody slips by, then they pass you unnoticed. So it can mean physically here. If you said he slipped by, it usually means he passed you by, but without you noticing. So there's that going unnoticed, which is quite often with by, pass unnoticed. Or if you say, yeah, life is passing, I felt like life is passing me by, life is slipping by, it sounds like it's passing without you taking advantage of it, that you're wasting it in some kind of way. So there's a little bit of waste here with slip by and pass by. Okay, so there are a lot of subtle nuances with these phrasal verbs. Please ask some questions or try putting some sentences underneath the video, and I'll tell you if they're correct or not correct, if they're about these phrasal verbs. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks for watching.